Today I am going to tell you about an incident in my life. My sister Leela and I lived in a remote mountain area with our mother. This was like a winter wonderland, with everything blanketed in a thick layer of snow, sparkling like diamonds under the pale winter sun. All houses were covered with snow, smoke was coming out of chimneys. Our home was near a dense, whispering forest that seemed to hold secrets of its own. Me and my sister used to play all day without fear of anything, and on our way back home we used to pick up firewood from the forest. But every night, as the wind howled and the snow fell softly against the wooden walls of our hut, I woke from fear, my heart racing. Strange sounds echoed from the forest, unsettling my thoughts. Sometimes it was a low moan, other times a rustling that sent shivers down my spine. My mother would reassure us, saying it was just the wind playing tricks, but I could feel that something was watching me, even if we didn't want to. We had to go through the jungle for our work. Sometimes I go out to gather firewood to keep my family warm, and sometimes to get water. We see many haunted houses on our way. One day my mom was feeling sick, so she asked me and my younger sister to get some water and bring some firewood. I wanted to be brave, so I encouraged my sister and we both left home to get water and wood. I took a bucket of water and left the home. A cold breeze hit me. My bones were freezing. I filled the bucket with water and left to return. The bucket was full, so I sat down for a while to rest. I feel like someone is watching me. It feels like the trees have got their hands. They're going to catch me. I panicked and ran away. When I reached home, I breathed a sigh of relief. When I looked back, there was no one there.
The same thing happened with my younger sister. She was returning home and felt someone was following her. She heard a grunt behind her and was so terrified she felt like death was behind her and started running. As soon as we reached home, we started crying and shouting. Then some days passed and there was peace everywhere. And then one day, an incident happened to us that changed everything in our life. It was time to fill up to get some household goods. As we stepped into the forest, the snow crunched beneath my boots, and the tall trees loomed overhead, their branches heavy with snow. As we walked deeper into the woods, we suddenly stumbled upon two peculiar figures. At first glance, they appeared to be trees, but as we looked closer, we realized they had human-like features, and their limbs twisted like branches. They stood still, their eyes hollow and dark, and they emitted soft, sorrowful sounds that echoed through the trees almost like a mournful song. Our hearts raced. We felt an icy grip of fear as the strange beings began to sway, their branches reaching out toward us. The sounds they made grew louder, a haunting melody that sent chills down our spine. Terrified, we turned and ran, our breath coming in quick gasps as we dashed through the snow, the eerie sounds following us. When we finally reached the safety of our hut, we burst through the door, our heart pounding. We fainted, collapsing onto the wooden floor. Mother rushed to us, her face filled with concern. When we finally awoke, tears streamed down our cheeks. Mother held us close, whispering soothing words. That night, Mother made a decision. They would leave the hut and find a new home, far from. And finally, we move into our new house and start living happily. But even today, when I think of that night, I tremble with fear.